This is Amy Chan from CakeDecoratingSchool.com, and if you like cake decorating, you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to be talking about using cake levelers. They're a great economical way to get nice even layers if you're dividing your cakes, right? So if you're torting up the cakes that you bake to make multiple layers, it's a good tool to have to make sure that they're nice and even. And these little ones baked up nice and flat across the top. So they're really, really good to use for this. And a lot of times I'll take just a serrated knife just because it gives me a little more control. If all I need to do is maybe just trim up some excess on the top, or if it just has a slight crest or dome. Then I want to take whatever cake leveler tool I'm using. This one is just a nice little Wilton one. You can see it has a pretty good diameter. It's good for cutting up to like 10-inch layers. If you're going to go bigger than that, you really need a larger size. But this one I like for small ones because it's actually really easy to use. You just need to put the little feet on the side of the table, squish it together slightly, and then you can move the little blue tabs up and down. And this one is actually already in place, right? And you can see, bring it a little closer, there's these little notches. So when you move it closer together, you can slip that wire up and down to change the height of the layers that you're cutting. And anytime you cut them, you want to make sure that both feet are flat against a nice level surface like the table that we're working on. And then you just want to use a gentle back and forth sawing motion. So I'm just going to put my hand lightly on top of this layer and just saw back and forth and work through. If you're using any cakes that have a lot of particulate in them, say nuts, fruit, anything like that, sometimes it can catch. So you want to make sure that those things are nice small pieces and that you're using a really gentle motion so you don't pull the inside of your cake too much, right? And you can see it gives us nice, evenly cut layers that we're then ready to stack. And this is important when you're building your cakes because if your layers aren't level, if they aren't even, you can end up with a wonky top on the cake and you spend more work trying to make the layers flatter. This one has a little bit of a slope, right? So you can see we can use this to cut the bottom one. And then we can also use it to trim the excess on the top. And anytime I'm doing this, where I may be just shaving some off of one side, you'll notice that I just spun it around in a little circular motion. And that was just to get the excess off of that one edge. So I had a little more height on one side. And that is how I turned 2 little cake pans into 4 nice even layers for the top of a wedding cake. So our little cake leveler does a nice job and it's an easy, inexpensive purchase. And if you're doing bigger layers, taller layers, they have larger ones that are a little sturdier and some that even can do multiple layers at a time. So it's a good thing to check out, especially if you're running a wedding cake business or a cake studio. If you like this video and you'd like to check out more about the equipment and materials we use or for ideas about cake decorating, check us out on Insta or YouTube at Cake Decorating School. And if you'd like to sign up for yearly membership to our Cake Decorating School, visit us at www.cakedecoratingschool.com.